ciudad de Oakland es una ciudad como abandonada, diría yo. Oakland es bonito, aunque me dice la gente, ahí es el área de donde te matan. Yo le digo, pero no tengo miedo. He tratado de salir adelante ahí y me gusta.
I feel like as a young black man in the middle of East Oakland, I'm able to see both sides of the road, which is basically like the path that leads people to jail or even death, and then a path that leads people to success.
Oakland para mí pues significa mi hogar.
Seeing a new face every year is kind of disorienting, and it makes me feel like there's no real structure.
Obviously, when you develop a relationship with somebody and then the next year that teacher is gone, it's kind of like, damn, I thought you were going to help me see the way through. And I feel like I had to learn that the teachers or the staff, they're not breaking up with the students.
Ya estamos cansados de tantos recortes. Queremos una mejor educación para nuestros hijos. En Oakland y en todo California. Llevo 15 años en el distrito de Oakland y siempre es lo mismo.
Our schools don't serve kids well. Like, we know that. We also know that when kids aren't served well and don't graduate from high school, that they have really, really few options. We are clearly contributing to the status quo, which is that young people of color who don't graduate from high school will often be locked up, especially our young men. If we're not serving 100% of kids, then we are continuing what is an immense injustice in our city. And we know the results of that. We've seen the results of that. When we don't do good for kids, when we don't do right by kids, the results are often incarceration and all too often also death.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Marina Muñoz Olvera. Tengo 4 hijos, 2 hijos graduados de la high school, uno a punto de graduarse del 12 y tengo una niña en el 2º grado. El que organiza a los padres en las escuelas le hice esta pregunta: señor Bermúdez, ¿es cierto que la escuela Mason no está acreditada? Y me dijo él, no sé. Y le dije, pues investígueme porque yo necesito saber si la escuela está acreditada o no. Pasaron como 6 días, ni 8 días, cuando a la escuela nos mandaron un papel, un documento, donde decía que no estaba acreditada la escuela. Entonces los estudiantes y también algunos maestros se enojaron y decidieron los estudiantes que se iba a hacer una protesta a las 11 de la mañana.
My heart was beating really fast because I was like, am I going to get in trouble? Am I going to be the only person walking out here by myself?
I remember walking out to school, and I didn't look back ever since I started saying walk out. So I'm just walking forward, saying walk out, and I look back, and it's like everybody.
At that time, I felt like, okay, yeah, they're listening to me. They're listening to us.
But I mean, your future's at stake. Our future's at stake now. We're supposed to take a year off, and who knows where we're going to end up. We can end up in jail, we can be dead. Who knows when we end up instead of college. Sidewalk. What do you
think should happen?
We should be credited. We should have been credited since our freshman year, not our senior year where now it's jeopardized that we can't even go to college.
You know about this for a long time? Or just like,
I just found out myself.
how do you feel about that?
I feel like kind of depressed because like all this time they could have told us from the beginning, and it could have been solved from the beginning, but now they decided to tell us just now.
I felt brave. I felt like empowered. And then I still felt like not enough was done.
After that walkout, maybe 2 or 3 weeks after that, we were granted our accreditation process. And that event right there really showed us, how much leadership and how much, we could make our voices heard. But I just feel like that just wasn't enough. Okay, yeah, we were accredited over 3 weeks, but that just wasn't enough. I felt like we had our voices heard, that was that. We did the accreditation thing, but then everybody just left it alone.
To this day, I still feel like it's not over. I don't know how to get it into the other students, to be a powerful, good thing. But I still feel like it's still a lot that Madison needs done. And if we want to continue to grow as a high school in this area, then I feel like they need some of those emotions that I had. The accreditation was just another way of letting everybody know in the community, these are already the problems that we have and that we've been dealing with, and that it took 50 strong students to deal with that for these consecutive 4 years.
If we would have just been passive, then who knows when we would have gotten the actual accreditation. We might not even be accredited to this day without the walkout. You can't really get much done unless you actively fight for it.
Most times when you hear about Oakland, you don't really hear about the people of color, the students who are actually graduating from high school and going to pursue college. And I wrote about that in my personal statement that I didn't want to become a statistic. I didn't want to be another tally mark they get to add when they're doing graphs about how many students didn't do well. Now I'm college bound. I'm going to be at UC Santa Barbara. That's the goal, my ultimate goal. But yeah, I plan on coming back because I feel like what's the point of me going through all this stuff here and then going to get a college education and not bringing that back to the communities that helped me get there.
It's a nonprofit here at Madison Park Academy. I'm a student leader. I'm a CEO of a nonprofit organization here called Change for 100. There was a missing resource here on campus, which was supporting students who are academically failing or not academically succeeding. I wanted to provide that resource and fill in that gap. But here in Oakland, I had to change my mindset. Once I started to get in front of business leaders, I had to change my mindset. And here in my community, I fought to try to change the mindsets of my peers.
Oakland is a really big piece to me. The students here, even the elementary school, they need to see me in my cap and gown and know that they can do it too, despite what's going on at home.
Y ahora, para mí no hay nada imposible. Estoy sacando este diploma. Quiero sacar el GED. Ahora esta es mi meta. No importa que tenga 48 años, porque ya los voy a cumplir. Quiero demostrar a mis hijos que la educación todavía está en mí.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Madison Park Academy Class 2017.
Video.
Oh, it's a video. Oh, yeah, you hear me? I got a diploma now, so we understand.
Forward, winning, put your bodies to the sky. How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? Coming with that bullshit, I just put it to the side. All the sense of baby, they can see it in my eyes. My mama calls, see you on TV. Sunset shit done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all.